Hi everyone. In the last sections, we discussed the reactions of alcohols, and we had started with the those reactions which involve the cleavage of oxygen and hydrogen bond in the alcohols. Okay, and now we are taking those reactions which involve the cleavage of carbon and oxygen bond. Okay, which involve the cleavage of carbon oxygen bond, and we are starting with the oxidation reaction of alcohols. Okay, so here we have taken the general reaction. This is an alcohol, and we are taking an oxidizing agent. And for the oxidation, we can get three types of products in this oxidation reaction. Okay, we are oxidizing an alcohol with an oxidizing reagent, and we can get three types of products. First, this is a carboxylic acid. So from the oxidation of alcohols, we can get carboxylic acids as the product, or we can get an aldehyde as the product, or we can also get a ketone as the product. So the oxidation of the alcohol can yield us three different types of products, and the type of product that we get, that depends upon the two factors. The first factor is that the type of alcohol which we are using. The type of alcohol that we are using, that can be a primary, a secondary, or a tertiary alcohol. And the type of reagent that we are using, the type of oxidizing agent that we are using. This is an oxidizing agent, general representation of the oxidizing agent. We have a wide variety of oxidizing agents that we are using for the oxidation of the alcohols. Okay, so the type of or oxidizing agent, type of reagent that we are using, that also governs the formation of the product. Okay, so we'll be individually discussing these both factors in the coming slides. So first of all, we should know that in each oxidation step that occurs, there must be a hydrogen on the carbonyl carbon. For the oxidation to occur, we should have a hydrogen atom on the carbon. Okay, what does that mean? The carbonyl carbon is that carbon to which the hydroxyl group is directly attached. Okay, let's take an example. We take an example of, for example, primary alcohol. We have CH3CH2OH. Okay, this is a primary alcohol, and this carbon is the carbonyl carbon. Okay, and to this carbonyl carbon we have two hydrogens attached, and that means there can two oxidation steps can occur in the oxidation of this primary alcohol. Okay, and we can get the corresponding product. If there is a removal of one hydrogen from this carbon, we'll be getting an aldehyde, and the successive removal of another hydrogen will give us the carboxylic acid. Okay, this is what we have to remember. So if we consider the oxidation of primary alcohols, then we can get aldehydes, as I already told, or we can get the carboxylic acids, depending upon the reaction conditions, the type of reagents that we are using. In this case, that will govern the product. Okay, if we are using very strong oxidizing agent, then both of the hydrogens will be removed, and we will be getting the carboxylic acid. And if we are using relatively less stronger oxidizing agent, in that case we will be getting aldehydes. Okay, and in case of secondary alcohols, we always get ketones. Okay, we always get ketones. For example, we have CH3CHOH, and we have this hydroxyl. Okay, so in this case we have only one carbonyl hydrogen. Okay, to this carbonyl carbon we have attached, or there is only one hydrogen attached to this. So there is a possibility of removal of only this hydrogen from the alcohol. So we'll be always getting the ketone in this case. Okay, we'll be getting a ketone in this case. And if we talk about the tertiary alcohols, we have, I will take a general example: CH3, CH3, and CH3OH. You can notice that there is no hydrogen attached to this carbonyl carbon. So there is no possibility of removal of any hydrogen from the carbon, and there is possibility of no oxidation. So no oxidation occurs when we talk about the tertiary alcohols. Okay, and simply we should here remember that this is the oxidation here is the removal of hydrogen from the OH bond. This from this the hydroxyl group, if when this hydrogen is removed, we said that there is the oxidation has taken place in simpler simplest of the definitions of the oxidation. Okay, so have we remember the 2 points, that the primary or alcohols can give us the aldehydes or the carboxylic acids, and secondary alcohols give us the ketones, and tertiary alcohols do not undergo any type of oxidation. Okay, now we look at the type of reagents that we use to get different products. Okay, if we want to oxidize the alcohols to the carboxylic acids, then we have to use the strong reducing agents, as sorry, strong oxidizing agents, as I already told. Okay, for the oxidation of the alcohols to the carboxylic acids, so guys, we use strong oxidizing agents such as acidified potassium dichromate, Cr2O7, K2Cr2O7. This is acidified potassium dichromate, or we can also use acidified potassium permanganate. Okay, potassium permanganate. These two reagents are very strong oxidizing agents, and they convert the alcohols directly into the carboxylic acids. Okay, but this is the case for the primary alcohols. That is, primary alcohols are converted into the carboxylic acids, and the 2-degree alcohols, that is secondary alcohols, will be converted to the ketones, and the 3-degree alcohols will be converted into nothing. Okay, they won't get oxidized in this case. Okay, so we are using strong reducing agents to convert primary alcohols into the carboxylic acids, but the same strong reducing agents, oxidizing agents, will convert 2-degree alcohols into the ketones, and 3-degree alcohols won't be oxidized. So if we want the carboxylic acids as product, then we have to convert the primary alcohols with these strong oxidizing agents. Okay, now we'll talk about different oxidizing agents, which convert the alcohols into aldehydes and the ketones. We have a wide range of oxidizing agents which we can use. Okay, here we will discuss the most important ones. Okay, so first of all, the most important one is what we call as PCC. Okay, pyridinium chlorochromate. Pyridinium chlorochromate is a very good reducing agent, and a suitable reducing agent for converting the alcohols into aldehydes and ketones. Okay, what PCC is actually? It is pyridinium, actually a pyridine molecule, a pyridine. This is the pyridine, or we can also pronounce as pyridine. This is reacted with what you call as HCl and chromium oxide. Okay, Cr2O3. So when these three combine, they form a complex which is called as PCC. They form a complex which called as PCC, that is pyridinium chlorochromate. So these reagents are used to convert the alcohols. So again, if we talk about the conversion in this case, then again we can talk about that primary alcohols in this case are converted into the aldehydes, secondary are converted into ketones, and tertiary are not oxidized, as we already told. So the first oxidizing agent here which we discussed is the PCC, that is pyridinium chlorochromate. Okay, first of all, we'll give a list of oxidizing agents which are suitable for the conversion of alcohols into aldehydes and ketones. Okay, second important one which we'll discuss is what you call as Jones reagent. Jones reagent is another important what you call as the oxidizing agent that is used for the oxidation of alcohols to aldehydes and ketones. So in Jones reagent, we are actually using the reagents are H2, can we write it, H2Cr2O4. Okay, in the presence of excess of acetone. In the presence of excess of acetone, this is called as Jones reagent. We use Jones reagent for the oxidation of aldehydes. Okay, so we use Jones. This is the Jones reagent. So Jones reagent is used for the oxidation of alcohols H2. In many cases, in sometimes we may get this Jones reagent as CrO3, and it will be H2SO4 and acetone. Okay, acetone. Sometimes we make it also the reagent written as this. In this case, there is a reaction between chromium oxide and the sulfuric acid. They provide us H2Cr2O4. Okay, in the presence of acetone. Acetone is what? Acetone is CH3C double bond O, CH3. Okay, this is acetone. So in the presence of acetone, excess of acetone as the what you call as the solvent, this reaction, this Jones reagent is used for the oxidation. Okay, so the next important reagent is the third reagent we are discussing is the Collins reagent. It is the Collins reagent. Okay, so what Collins reagent is? It's again pyridine. It's again pyridine. This is the pyridine and chromium oxide and what you call as CH2 Cl2. Okay, CH2Cl2. So this is what you call as the Collins reagent. Again, this acts as the reagent for the oxidation of alcohols. Okay, this is what you call, this is a dichloromethane. Okay, this is known as dichloromethane, chromium oxide, dichloromethane, pyridine. These three are taken as mixture and they form a complex which is used for the oxidation of alcohols, and we call this as Collins reagent. Okay, so next is a similar one with a little difference, is what you call as Serret's reagent. Okay, so Serret's reagent is having the similar components. Okay, you can also show it like this: Cr2O3, and we have HCl, and we have the dichloromethane. Okay, so this is what you call as the Serret's reagent. Again, it's an important oxidizing reagent. Okay, next we can discuss, that is NBS, that is n bromosuccinamide. N-bromosuccinamide, again one of the important reagents. Okay, so these reagents that we discussed, they all help in the conversion of alcohols into the corresponding oxidized products. Okay, so the primary that we discussed till now, that is the Collins reagent, that's the PCC, Jones reagent, Serret's reagent, this NBS, all they convert the primary alcohols to the aldehydes. They convert primary alcohols to the aldehydes. They convert secondary to the ketones, and they do not oxidize the tertiary ones. Okay, so the function of all of them is this conversion. We have to remember this, and in all these cases we have to just remember the reagents. We have to remember their name, their composition, and no other details are required for it. Okay, so we have to just cram these things. We have to just cram understand we have to cram and understand these reagents, and we have to remember its use. Okay, so all these that we have discussed till now, they are used to convert primary into aldehydes and secondary alcohols into the ketones. Okay, in the examination, when we are asked questions from this, we can be given with any of these reagents, oxidizing agents. Okay, so we have to remember it. So another important one that we are going to discuss here is the before discussing the mechanism, is the MnO2. MnO2, this is another very strong oxidizing agent, but this is used as a specific oxidizing agent. Okay, we can oxidize benzylic and allylic alcohols using this reagent. Okay, they are capable of only oxidizing the benzylic and allylic alcohols. This we have to remember. They can only oxidize benzylic. And what are benzylic? As we have already discussed, this is the benzylic alcohol. Okay, this is an example of benzylic alcohol, and this is an example of this is an example of allylic. This is carbon which is attached to double bond, and to this carbon we have hydroxyl group. Okay, one hydrogen here and one hydrogen here. This is an example of allylic alcohol, and this is an example of the benzylic alcohol. Okay, so MnO2 is capable of only oxidizing the benzylic and allylic alcohols. And again, uh, primary benzylic or primary allylic alcohols are, they are oxidized to aldehydes. This we have to remember. And secondary benzylic and secondary allylic alcohols are, they are oxidized to what you call as the ketones. Okay, this we have to remember. Okay, if this carbon is primary, then it will give aldehyde. If this carbon is secondary, that it will give, then it will give us a ketone as the product. Similar case is with this carbon. Okay, so we'll understand when we discussing the problems on reagents. Then we'll discuss all these things in detail, and we'll get a clear picture of these things at that time. Okay, so another important reaction for the oxidation is Oppenauer oxidation. Okay, this is a special reaction for the conversion of 2-degree alcohols into the 2-degree alcohols to the ketones. Okay, this is a they specifically oxidize 2-degree alcohols, and in this case we are using reagent. The oxidizing agent in this case is aluminium isopropoxide. Okay, aluminium isopropoxide, CH3. Okay, or we can expand it like this. We have aluminium that is attached to the carbon, and we have OCH3, OCH3, OCH3. Okay, this is the oxidizing agent that we use in this Oppenauer reaction, oxidation. Okay, and this converts 2-degree alcohols into ketones, and the reaction is carried out into the excess of acetone as the solvent. This is taken in excess, and the conversion is from the 2-degree alcohols to the ketones. Okay, this is a specific reaction. Okay, this oxidizing agent doesn't convert any other type of the alcohol. Okay, so one more important reaction is the oxidation of alcohols by the copper metal at a very high degree temperature is used to oxidize the alcohols. Okay, so the oxidation of primary alcohols gives us the aldehyde. Okay, aldehyde. This is the copper. This is the copper which is used at high temperature. Okay, so the conversion is from the primary alcohol to the aldehyde, and the secondary alcohols are converted. This is the primary, this is the secondary alcohol. This is converted into, this secondary alcohol is converted into the ketone. Okay, it's a ketone. So this is actually dehydrogenation. This is the dehydrogenation of these hydrogenation. In other words, we call it as the oxidation. Okay, we have dehydrogenated. We have taken out away the hydrogen from these primary and secondary alcohols. And in case of tertiary alcohols, we are getting an alkene in this case. And this is not dehydrogenation. This is dehydration reaction. Okay, this is dehydration reaction. We have taken a molecule of water, a hydrogen from this. Okay, and we have taken a molecule of water from this. Okay, this hydroxide, and one of the hydrogens has been taken away as the water. So this is dehydration, and we have obtained an alkene in this case. We have to obtain an alkene in this case. Okay, so these are the overall reactions that we have discussed. These are the important ones. We have many other reagents that we can use, but these are the most important ones. And in all these cases, we have to just remember the reagent, and we have to remember its function. Okay, No other details are required for the reaction, although we do not need to go into the reaction mechanism in detail, but I will give a little overlook of the type of mechanism that takes place in this reaction. And if we look at the mechanism of the reaction, it's typically a E2 mechanism. E2, it's E2 mechanism. Elimination, okay, it's E2 elimination, E2 elimination mechanism. E2 elimination mechanism, okay. So as we can see in this case, we have just the elimination, okay. Most of these oxidation reactions can be considered as E2 mechanism, elimination mechanism, okay, elimination 2 mechanism, okay, E2, which we call as. So what happens in this mechanism? We have an alcohol, this is the primary alcohol, for example CH3, CH2, CH2, OH, okay, this is CH2, this is a primary alcohol. What happens in this case? We are just replacing this oxygen, this hydrogen, sorry, this hydrogen is replaced by a good leaving group, okay, good leaving group. The oxidizing agents that we are using, they link a good leaving group to this oxygen, good leaving group to this oxygen. So we can say CH3CH. They remove the hydrogen, and in place of that we have a good leaving group, okay. Lg means leaving group. We have a leaving group in that place, and this leaving group is substituted by the oxidizing agent that we are using, and then we have a wide range of this leaving groups that are provided by the different types of oxidants, okay. And in the next case, what's going to happen? We are using a base is going to come and take the hydrogen. This electron pair is going to carbon and oxygen, forming a double bond, and leaving group comes out, okay. So we get CH3 C double bond O in this case, okay. So this is a what you call as, this is an aldehyde, as in this case we are seeing, okay. So this is the simple E2 mechanism that's followed by this oxidation reaction. For the oxidation to the conversion of the ketones and to the carboxylic acids, we have a similar type of reaction mechanism. But we don't need to go in details. We have to just remember in this section, we have to remember the oxidizing agents and their function, the function they perform, okay. We have to just cram them, and we have to cram the type of change they bring into the given alcohol, okay. So in the next sections we'll be discussing other types of reactions that are involved in the cleavage of carbon oxygen bond.